If you're ready for a new car that's designed to take you where you want to go, whenever you want to go, now's the time to find out all there is to know about the new Mazda CX-50, named an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus award winner. Save on your new Mazda right now at Team Mazda on Airline.
It's bouncy. I know. I suppose we're here on a Thursday. Thanks for joining us on 9 News Now. So we did a story in our 5 o'clock hour about the best cities to retire in, right? For you to carry out your golden years. Wallet Hub did a study. They ranked 200 cities across the U.S. Top 5, Orlando, Minneapolis, Tampa, Fort Lauderdale. Where does Baton Rouge fall on the list of 200 cities? Just take a guess. Take a guess.
Wait.
I don't think I should.
On the list of 200?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wait, it's on the list?
It is. I was surprised.
On the list?
It is.
10,
so is Shreveport.
11.
Is Shreveport is too?
Yeah.
Baton Rouge is 176.
105.
Oh, wow.
Shreveport is further down that list.
Really?
Not surprising. No offense,
I would
Shreveport.
have had 4 of the top 10.
Yeah.
Is it just because beach and warm?
Yeah.
No,
Sunshine.
I got to tell you, some of those Florida destinations that people are retiring in are so full of tourists now.
Well, to your point, Fort
I don't know if I
Lauderdale.
would like to retire there. I want to retire where
Your
it's
golden
relaxing.
years in
like
Fort
I love
Lauderdale?
New
That's
Orleans on a
spring break
non-theme.
central.
Exactly.
I don't want to be there for that.
You don't
like
want that?
New Orleans. I like a non-theme weekend. I love New Orleans.
Yeah.
On a non-theme, I do like the French Quarter Festival.
Yes.
Oh,
But
it's
much
great,
past that, I don't even go to Jazz Fest anymore. It's just too hot, dry, or muddy.
You know, Florida used to be a lot more affordable, but my family that live there now, they say the price is going up and away because everybody's trying to go there. And we were talking about earlier, you know, hurricane season. I mean, it's not a matter of if they're in Florida, it's a matter of when. And for me, that's not relaxing. That's stressful.
I agree.
They're sticking out into the Gulf and the Atlantic there, so they're going to get, both sides.
And it's hot. It's
I was
hot.
in Bay St. Louis, Mississippi this past weekend, and what was the allure for Bay St. Louis as a destination to retire at? In 5 years, it's going to be like those Florida cities. It's already getting that way.
Yeah.
I have a feeling Ron DeSantis, who watches 9 News Now, WP
Clearly.
Plus, is going to be
Yes.
emailing us and say, quit bagging on my steak.
Right. Look, it is
Sorry,
still great
Ron.
to visit.
It is great. Are you kidding me? We went over there. That was the spot. Like, to your point, back in the day, my family lived in Houston. It was a quick trip over to the Panhandle. Exactly right, Pensacola. And now, even still, it's a quick little trip. It's easy. We talk about it all the time, getting to the beaches. But I don't think I want to retire.
No.
Yeah,
you know what sounds great for
Headed
retirement?
North.
4 Seasons, Vermont,
there you go.
Rhode Island, all the places that sound so dreamy, where you actually get fall and the leaves changing colors.
Was Grand Isle
all
on that 200 list?
Yeah, top of the list, actually, as you know.
I don't doubt it.
Grand Isle is actually quite dreamy. It is nice to go down there when it's not hurricane
Get to
season.
camp.
It was just moments. I was going to say the closest we get here to the Four Seasons, maybe a Four Seasons hotel that you have in New Orleans.
Yeah.
In New Orleans, I think they do.
Orleans, they got a
Yeah.
I think so.
Four
no,
seasons.
I'm headed
one
north.
of them right now, football.
That is a season here.
Every season down here.
Every weekend's going to be taken up by it, which we are looking forward to.
Well, and thank goodness Nicholson Drive's getting a little better. I mean, when you get the head of
countdown
Taft
is
with
on.
the DOT person up on the wall by his neck. You're gonna fix this before September 7th.
That's so sad. 'Cause
Saturday,
it's probably
yeah.
reality. But look, Saturdays, we're talking day after tomorrow. Here we go with the home opener. So, okay, speaking of that, Tiger Stadium, as awesome as it is, not domed, are we going to have any rain? It never rains, right?
We should be okay by then. By that point.
Gotcha.
So we're looking a lot better. Of course, we're not looking so good outside right now. You know, I just realized, we don't have 4 seasons here, but here we have a 5th season. We're still in that 5th season.
There we
Matter of
go.
fact, we're still at the peak of that 5th season, so we haven't forgotten about that just yet. Pair of 7s out your door. Yeah, the visibility's not that great out there, and that's going to be the case in the heavier downpours. There's the flood watch in effect now. It's expanded all the way to 7 a.m. on Saturday for good reason, but then the farther north you go in the viewing area, the flood watch goes away, which makes sense because all the strong thunderstorms are deriving from the south. They weaken as they move north, as they move inland. Nevertheless, we've got first alert days both for Thursday and Friday, first alerts. And there you see the showers there. We're not seeing heavy rain. I would say it's mainly light to moderate, mostly nuisance showers, but definitely the closer to the coast, you're going to see it pick up at a clip, and they're expecting to see heftier amounts over the next couple of days. Here's the culprit, big upper low, still churning out there. Man, it's been sitting out there forever, but at least it didn't intensify. At least it didn't become anything tropical and get a name, right? But I think the graph is doing a good job. Now, focus really closely to this heavy rain right here. It's just off the coast, so I think that would be very helpful for the entire state of Louisiana, right? Let's try to keep that heavy rain parked out to sea and not move inland. It's going to try to move inland, so if you're really close, if you live around a place like Houma or Galliano or Franklin, or I would say you guys are probably going to have a better chance of getting those 4 to 6 inch swaths over the next couple of days. Deep tropical moisture, what we call moisture convergence over the area. But then a cold front's going to come through during the weekend, sweep it all out of here, bring in that dry and stable air, and that front's going to just get down to our south. That's why I keep checking these numbers here. Let's make sure that the future dew points reflect that and show that they're going to drop off. And oh yeah, big time, Sunday, Monday, dew points in the 50s, and I'm telling you, some parts of our viewing area might see lows right around 60 degrees on those mornings. How about that? All right, the tropical Atlantic still relatively quiet as we go to peak hurricane season. We're not really complaining about that. Looks like there's a lot of tropical traffic. And how about this? I just saw this. They wanted to pop this thing in yellow again. Boy, they're really not going to let that go. So now we actually have 5 different blobs out there, but they are all yellow. They are all low threats. So of course that's good news. The deeper south, you see those thunderstorms coming in. This is the actual radar. What I was showing you before was a little bit more future radar, and this will continue to move our way over the next couple of hours. Meantime, the high resolution European model shows in the afternoon, even going into the evening. Watch this. In the overnight, we keep the storms in, and this is even Friday morning, could see some pockets of some real wet stuff. So again, we're going to see that 2 to 4 inch swath here, but again, 4 to 6 inches the farther south you go. 90% chance for today. That's the high point the whole day all put together, and high temperatures only in the low 80s. We'll take that. Then for tonight, we're going to leave in a 60% chance early and taper it down. We're not going to taper it down to 0, but lower it a little bit. There are the first alerts Thursday, Friday, but beyond, we're looking good. The weekend looking good, and a couple of nice days after that, and then a pretty typical pattern as we get later in the 10-day forecast. At 7:09, Johnny A., how is the rain affecting traffic?
It has definitely slowed things down, caused a few more fender benders in some cases. Florida Boulevard coming through Denham, and we're now back to just Juban to the range area coming out of Denham Springs. That was back to Walker a minute ago because of the wreck near Juban. Still watching this one, though. This is a crash with injuries. It's on Scenic Highway southbound right near Blunt Road, and you can see that backup as you approach from the north on Scenic Highway southbound right before you get on I-110. A couple of camera shots after we give you some drive times. 34 minutes from Denham to the Baton Rouge area, and that is measured from Juban. You can see most of that Juban to the Millerville Road area, and then it picks up a little from there. A couple of camera shots too. I-10 from College to downtown. That's slow right now at College, Acadian, right past that through Dalrymple. And we all often talk about flooding in some of the areas that are more prone to flooding, and we talk about the underpasses. Acadian underpass on the right side of your screen, they've improved drainage there, and it floods a lot less now than, and also the Governor's Mansion Curve on the left side of your screen on 110. We also look at the Bluebonnet area near the mall, and that is okay as well, and not really expected to have any issues. Keep an eye on it for you. 7:10, WAFB 9 News now continues with some headlines and stories you may have missed during 9 News this morning. Liz and Matt back next.
(7:11) your time right now. The headline this morning for a lot of folks is another school shooting in the United States. Of course, we're talking about the one in Georgia from just yesterday. Liz, it claimed 4 lives.
Yeah, 2 students. 2 teachers, 2
Yeah.
14-year-olds, and
Right.
that 9 others were injured here. We're told that they're all going to be okay here, but the investigation continues. This incident happening there at a high school just outside of Atlanta. In fact, just about 30 to 40 miles outside of Atlanta. The investigation continues, but there's an interesting factor. The FBI saying that they actually interviewed the suspect at his father's home. This was about a year ago, more than, in fact. And so how does that play into all of this here? Well, as you can imagine, it's because this happened less than 24 hours ago, still a lot to comb through. Even a big question, how did the student walk into the school with an assault rifle style weapon?
Right, investigation just getting going.
Yeah.
So with that as a backdrop, have a look here. Let's get you local. This is from BRPD. They say this man was on a local high school campus with an assault rifle, Liz.
This happened Tuesday afternoon. BRPD asking for you to take a good look at this man here. We've also shared this on our Facebook page. Need you to share to get more eyes on this as well. We also need eyes on a situation to help possibly nab an arsonist. Yeah, the Livingston Parish School Board telling us about this. The Denham Springs School. This is actually a special needs classroom there at the 7th Ward Elementary. Fire happened, broke out there over Labor Day weekend, and they're asking you to help identify who this might be.
Right, and so what they're telling us, the fortunate part about this, it was in the back of campus. It was a kind of one of those modular mobile
T-cell buildings.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That little building, though, is total loss. So if you know who this might be, please make that phone call. The arson hotline down there at your screen, 844-954-1221.
Let's talk about some good happening in
Please,
our community.
yes.
The Habitat for Humanity of Greater Baton Rouge does a lot of good here. Over time, 300,000 volunteers have helped homeowners build their dream home right here in the Baton Rouge community. In fact, the First Presbyterian Church, they host a number of builds every year, and this morning they're getting ready to launch their 8th build, and they're doing a blessing of it today.
This is, Liz, you're involved yourself with Habitat for Humanity. Work with the board to help kind of decide some of the direction here. These stories are so inspiring.
Yeah.
And the fact is that you get to meet the future homeowner. There's that sweat equity that they talk about putting in, so they come out and they're part of the build, and you get to hear their stories and how personal this is, their journey to this point. It is one of the great groups in this town, in this city, in this area. They're at it again, another build coming.
That's it. You can be a part of that here, and remember, Habitat does not give away homes.
Right.
Everyone has to apply for that, and they go through a rigorous process of applications, and they have to sit before a board and interviews. But I tell you what, once you make it through, seeing the joy, right? Becoming a homeowner is a huge deal.
Yeah,
but for folks who don't have that easily access, this organization steps in to help make that happen.
Well said, very well said. And and they pay a mortgage for it too, so it's
They
not,
sure
it's not
do.
just given
They
away.
sure do.
Great program though.
Love to see it. Stay with us. We'll see you in 10.
It's game time at Team Toyota. Whether you're tailgating or heading into the stadium, dominate the road and drive like a champion in your new Toyota. Get off the sidelines and save thousands at Team Toyota. I-12 at O'Neill. Toyota, official automotive partner of the NFL.